Okay, I am super excited to introduce our very own, very famous Gwendolyn Gay, who is the hostess with the mostess on the iFixit video channel. Take it away, Gwendolyn.
Okay, I will. Thanks, Kyle. Yeah, spacebar. So, hi guys, I'm Gwendolyn. I am the host of iFixit's YouTube channel. I'm almost always the face you'll see, but I don't do it alone. There's two guys behind the camera that work tirelessly. I didn't make up this channel, and it's not for my personal brand, but I do know a lot about what it takes to be a great DIY host. So, be passionate, be relatable to your audience, and be willing to fail. First, I'm going to assume that you have some of the basic skills like a computer, internet access, personality, and you have picked a platform for which to broadcast yourself. For the sake of this speech, I'm going to be talking about YouTube because it's the most popular how-to resource in the world. You know, when your toilet breaks or you don't know how to do your makeup, you're probably going to look up a how-to on YouTube. So first, tip number 1, have passion in your delivery and about your subject. Maybe you love cooking or maybe you love repair. Great, put that in every one of your videos. Remember, it's hard to fake passion and your viewers will pick that out right away. So some of us can remember some teachers from our past that are terrible at faking passion, right? So remember Mr. Monotone? Don't be Mr. Monotone when you're trying to teach people things. Tip number 2, be relatable to your audience. So this is a different one because I think it's important to remember that because you don't have credentials or a degree doesn't mean anything. Look at Rachel Ray. She didn't have a culinary degree and she cooked for everyone in America. Or this girl, she is not an electrical engineer. I know it's shocking. So let's go back to a time before YouTube when DIY hosts consisted of the elite, like this guy, Bob Vila. He was very passionate, but he was also a restorations expert. So a lot of people loved his projects and everything that he would do, but they wouldn't try it themselves because they reasoned he's an expert and he has the tools and maybe he has some out-of-work Christmas elves helping him behind the scenes. But the DIY part of his show was kind of lost. So people would talk themselves out of the projects before they would ever start. Now with the development of YouTube and Pinterest and other platforms like it, we see a bunch of nobodies telling you how to do anything under the sun, and you not only decide to listen to them, you might actually try the project. And so your reasoning goes from, I could never do it that general contractors doing, but you know what, I decided today that I'm going to put new cabinets in the kitchen because if that Midwestern mom can do it, then so can I, right? So tip number, what are we on? 3. So tip number 3 is be willing to fail. One of my favorite animated movies is Meet the Robinsons. There's a scene in it where they celebrate the main character's failure. They have a party and they're like, yay, you failed. And so if you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out. Guess what? It's on YouTube. Failing is one of the best things that you can do for your audience. If you're willing to fail and are able to articulate your failures, you save your viewers so much frustration, and they might end up stopping the project if you don't. I fail all the time. This was my most recent. We did the iPhone 5S reassembly, and I failed like 4 times. But I was able to tell my viewers where they might trip up. Someone who was great at this before the age of YouTube was Mr. Bob Ross. My husband calls him Afro Painter. He was great at this. He would make mistakes on camera and he would turn them into like a happy tree or something. See, look at that hair. It was a mistake, but he made a happy brown cloud out of it. As a DIY host, I know how intimidating some projects can be, but hopefully I'm personable and relatable and passionate, and God knows I fail quite enough, to hopefully encourage my audience to try it on their own. In case you're wondering, no, I don't have Christmas elves helping me, and those are my hands doing the repair. If you guys want to show the world your skills, go ahead and do it. Just remember, be passionate, be relatable, and remember, trust your skills. Even if you don't have the credentials, go ahead and put yourself out there and be willing to fail. See you guys on YouTube.
Awesome. Now I'm expecting all of you to go home and start your own YouTube channel tonight.